Happy New Year, everyone. Feliz Año Nuevo.
Everybody good?
We're good?
All right, let's go for Frank.
Saw Julian kind of participating by himself or with some other guys that didn't appear to be first teamers.
Well, they are first teamers.
They are? Okay.
Yeah.
Not the regular first teamers, I guess. Is there any concern that he is not going to participate in training camp related to his contract situation?
No. Well, we had to modify him. So Franco, for example, played 2 games of training today, and so we tried to really modify the players who needed it, and he's one of them. So he's just a first team player, and everyone who's on the pitch here today normally is in our roster.
Frank, we talked to you in November, and you mentioned how important it would be to get the squad as fully formed as possible, as early as possible, to have success early in the season. How are you feeling about the squad right now?
Well, every year I want that, and it's not always happening. But it's not only that I want it, but of course the club wants it also. But it's also some strategic moves you have to do. Of course, to not pay the highest price and everything, and you have to wait sometimes. And so I know how it goes in this world of soccer, but. As a coach, you want it as fast as possible, but you also know the reality is that it's not like that. And at the end, somebody can come to strengthen your roster, but also can leave your roster, and we have to accept that. And it's not nice again, but I will not panic. That's for sure.
How much input have you had on the signings that the club has made, and why is the club loaning Carlton?
Well, he didn't play Carlton. If we talk about Carlton, he didn't play that much last season, and we think in a new environment it's good for him. So that's why the reason that we chose to hire him, to loan him. Then the transfers, of course, I have very close contact with Carlos Bocanegra, our technical director, and he did already a great job, when they started here, and so we have close. He knows what I want, and he's the guy, who pushes the button if he comes or not.
Well, that goes both ways. Did you have any say in Leandro's selling to Tijuana?
No. I know that Leandro, wants to also, have a new environment, and so I think, after 3 years, sometimes it's good for players, to move along, to get that sparkling, that new energy. And it's also both sides, to have new players, new energy in the locker room. Every 3 years you have to have that. So I also said that to Carlos that I want also some new players in, to have new energy. Of course, Negby is gone, Leandro is gone. Are very good players. They contribute fantastic for Atlanta United, but other players have to stand up now. They were very important for Atlanta United, but now other players are going to bring other energy, and I think that's good.
Carlos said last week on the teleconference that left back and central midfield were 2 positions he was looking to strengthen. Are there any other positions that you would like for the club to try to find some players?
Well, no, for me, he knows exactly what I want. So for me, especially the loss of Negby, we have to have a good replacement for him. And of course, we will not get him back at that quality, but another player can have different qualities than Negby, and they will fill up that gap. So hopefully we're going to see a midfielder. That's for me the most important thing. Of course, a left fullback, if you see George Bello didn't play last season, only 2.5 games or 1 game. And so it's very important that we don't put all our money on George, that he's going to play all season left fullback. So we have to modify him also. And if he can, hopefully he's doing well, performing well, and he can play like 15 to 20 games should be great. So we need also in that position a good cover-up.
You had a long off season to think about the roster, and Joseph, Pitti, Barco, and Tito. Have you kind of figured out a way that you can get all four of those guys on the field at the same time?
Yeah, well, they put themselves in, and I always put a team in who I think is the best team to win against the next opponent. And if it's with those four, I'm going to play with those four. And so it's not up to me, it's up to them. And,
so you have to fill out the sheet.
Yeah, but we're going to train it, and I will practice that, that's for sure. And if it goes well, in our friendly games, and we have success, and I'm the first one, put those names on the form. So for me, it's no problem. But we have to see, what the best of it is. Julian Gressel is also very important. So Hendon is doing, Emerson Hendon is doing well. So I can only put 11. And for me, I always put what, in my point of view, the best team who can have the 3 points.
I guess I'm wondering if Tito might work out at a new position or something to try to get him on the field more.
Tito for me is a winger or really a striker in a 4-4-2 system. He's not really. He played sometimes like a wing back, but it was more to force something. We were maybe 1-0 down or something like that. But he, in the 3 system, when we play with 3 in the back, for him it's more difficult because then normally you have Joseph, you have Barco and Pitti, but we also played the last couple of games 4-3-3. And I think that's a good opportunity for him, and if he's doing well at training, and today he was fantastic. So again, you put yourself in the team.
Frank, what do you hope to see out of this team in the next month or so before your Champions League debut?
Well, I think LeBron James said it once, the off season is my real season, and I want to see that from our guys. We had 3 normal trainings weeks during the whole season last season. So that means this is the period that we have to get to our strength and hopefully our top level, and so that's for me the most important thing. And technically, I think I want to see that we can really swap from 3 in the back to 4 in the back, and recognize those moments when to press or not to press. And so, but I'm confident that that we don't start from scratch. But what I saw, also against Toronto the last game, we did well, and also before that. So I'm confident that we can go more in smaller details to be even a better team.
Can you talk about Fernando Messa's qualities, what you like about him, and how he fits into your back?
Well, he's like a typical Argentina defender, very aggressive like Leandro. So he likes to also take some risks sometimes with the ball, and I had the same. Of course, you have to balance that always. How much risk you can take, but I love his attitude. He's also a leader. We wanted to have a leader in that position because Leandro is gone, of course. So, and he is. He wants to be a coach when he stops his career. So then you have to be, understanding what a trainer expects from his players. And so I need a leader, especially. Okay, Miles is not still a leader. He's still young. And if you have George maybe on that side, you have 2 youngsters on his side. So it's for me very important that we have a leader, and I think he is.
Have you begun scouting Motagua already?
What?
Have you begun scouting your Champions League opponent, Motagua?
Yeah, just a few hours ago I saw the first game. Footage was not that clear, to see the whole, even what kind of system, but they won 0-3. So and we have to be fully prepared, to win this kind of games. So I remember, I think it was against the Panama team in Toronto. They lost like 4-0. It could be 10-0, I think, that game. So if you think you're gonna underestimate them, you're gonna have a very hard time. So we have to be ready on the 18th.
I just wanted to clarify, what was the reason that Gressel was off by himself today, and do you anticipate that going forward as well?
Because he wasn't ready for the 11 against 11, because the others were already earlier here training. It was on voluntary base, and so we wanted to see, hey, where is his level, and so he will integrate tomorrow. So that's no problem.
As a coach, what is the difference between being here for the first year and now the second?
Well, we understand, a little bit the teams, feeling what they want, what they expect. The players the same from us, and again, we don't start from scratch. We know already like 80%, 85% what we want. They understand that, and now we have to try to modify it and try to get those small details better, and then we can make big steps, and hopefully, to win the MLS Cup this season.
When
What
will
have you,
the
Jay, go ahead.
What have you learned about living in Atlanta and living in the state of Georgia for a year?
Well, it was a very tough season and a long season, so I only was almost only in Atlanta. Couldn't explore Georgia that much, but I love it here. Atlanta is a great city, and I have a great apartment. People are very nice, and everything is good to have in this environment to work on the top level.
when
Just
will
a couple
the
more. Go ahead.
when will the captain be
What?
named? When will the next team captain be named?
Well, normally is that from the first game, official game, but maybe also on friendly games you will see. But I don't know yet, but I have already in my mind, who the first two are, and the third and fourth I still have to figure out, because Leandro and Parky are gone, of course, so we have to fill up those gaps, and I'm still figuring out what's the best way to do it.
When you said the 1, 2, 3, 4, you're referring to the preseason games?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't know if you're that or the ranking of players, so to speak.
No, but I need. Normally you have 4 captains, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And, right now I have 2, and not in which particular order, but I think everybody knows that Jeff and Brad Guzan, normally are captains. Yeah, and the other 2 we have to fill in.
Frank, do you anticipate, you might have a couple players both in Brooks and Miles and Barco potentially going to the Olympics in the summer. Obviously that's a big opportunity for those players. You anticipate the club allowing them to make that happen?
We have to see. I don't know. They have to go, or with good conversation that thinks it better that he stays. But also, the player is very important, and maybe he thinks, Atlanta is my priority, or I want to go to the Olympics. But we have to see how that goes. But it's a concern, of course, for us, and we have to deal with it.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.